Hey guys, my name is Sydney and today we're going to talk about 6 tips to make living in a camper with a toddler more fun and enjoyable. We are a full-time RV family. We have a 20-month-old and these are the 6 tips that we found to make our life more enjoyable. Tip number 1 is to make outside your new living room, and that's pretty much what we've done living in a camper. We spend most of our days, you can hear it in the background, we spend most of our days and most of our time outside. There's a lot of things Callie enjoys doing outside. Callie is our 20-month-old. She loves chalk, she loves bubbles, she loves riding her four-wheeler, she loves riding her bike. She has a bucket that she'll carry around and she'll collect rocks, she'll collect leaves and pine cones and anything she can find. She fills it up in her bucket. We love the playgrounds at all the campgrounds. She loves the swimming pools, anything we can find outdoors. Some campgrounds have like nature trails and nature walks that we can go on. We'll take Max, which is our chocolate lab, we'll take him with us. Just anything we can find outside to do, we go outside and do it. Most of our days are spent outside. We'll go in to eat meals and for nap time and stuff like that, but she's ready to go outside. As soon as she wakes up, she's ready to get her shoes and ready to get her hat, and she'll go to the door and she'll say, outside, outside, and she's just ready to go. So that's the first tip, is just to make outside your new living room. Don't spend your time inside. I mean, we've got a couple 100 square feet inside, but we've got more than enough room and more than enough stuff to do outside. And you'll say, what about when it's raining? When it's raining, it is different. Sometimes we go out and play in the rain. We'll put on our rain boots and our rain jackets and we'll go outside and play in the rain. But other times you do have to stay inside the camper, and I mean, we do have things to do inside the camper. But when it's nice outside and when the sun's out and it's just a pretty day outside, definitely go outside and spend your time outside. It's good for the kids, it's good for you. It's just, that'd be my first tip and the most important one. Tip number 2 is just be okay with the camper being messy. Like I said, on the rainy days, we do have to stay inside. We just came off of 3 full days of it raining. We did go outside some, but most of those 3 days was spent inside the camper, and it was a disaster. It doesn't take long, maybe 5 minutes for the camper to just turn into a complete disaster, and I've learned to be okay with that. It doesn't have to always be clean. It doesn't always have to be neat and orderly. It's just okay just for it to be a mess. She has all her toys in the camper. We'll get them all down for her. She'll dump them out. She'll put them in drawers. She'll put them in cabinets. Number 2 is to make life more fun and enjoyable, is just not to worry about the inside of the camper, not to worry about it being a big mess. You're not having a bunch of people come over and hang out every day, so just be okay with there being a little mess in the floor. It does make life a lot more enjoyable. Tip number 3 is just to plan around your toddler's nap time and meal times. It's really good to have a routine. Callie has her routine, and it makes life a little bit easier just to have a routine, because we do change campgrounds so often and everything's changing. It's good for that routine to kind of stay in place of her naps and her meal times. We plan what we're going to do during the days around her nap time. She naps every day between 2 and 2:30. She'll sleep for about an hour and a half. So we'll get out in the mornings, whether it's going somewhere and seeing something or whether it's going outside and playing. We'll get outside and we will do what we're going to do before lunch and nap time. We'll come back, have lunch, and then get ready for let her wind down for nap time, and then we'll get back out in the evenings if there's something else we want to do. But just kind of planning around those times during the day. In our camper, Callie has her own room. She has her own place to sleep, so I mean, she's very comfortable with that just because that's where she takes her naps every day, that's where she sleeps every night. And also every meal, it's kind of, we got a routine. She's got her chair at the table. We'll say, all right, Callie, time to eat. She'll climb up there, she'll get in her seat, and she knows exactly what to do just because we've kept that in kind of the routine. Tip number 4 is to make your vehicle, the tow vehicle, we spend a lot of time on the road. So tip number 4 would be to make your vehicle a fun place to be. We've spent days and days and days in the car, just going places, getting from the East Coast to the West Coast. We spent multiple days in the car, and it actually really wasn't that bad because we were prepared for it. We have a portable DVD player that Callie can watch her movies on. We watch Trolls and Frozen on repeat. Those are her two favorite movies, and we just watch them over and over again. She loves watching them. We also have a bag full of, thanks to my amazing mother-in-law, we have a bag full of car games and car puzzles and stuff to do that she found on Pinterest, and she made them all. We have coloring books and little puzzles for her to put together. She got this baking sheet at Dollar General, and she made little magnet pieces, and she can put magnet Minnie Mouse on there, and she cut up some pictures, and she can put pictures of me and her dad and Max, our chocolate lab, put them all together and make puzzles with them. There's so many activities you can find for the toddler to do in the car to keep them from being bored, which, I mean, I'm not saying she's perfect in the car. She does get tired of it. We'll be 5 or 6 hours down the road, and she'll start saying, get out, get out, get out. She's ready to get out. And I mean, there's just nothing you can do about that. But to have things for your toddler to do in the car it makes a huge difference. Tip number 5 would be to FaceTime with your family and your friends often. We're used to being around family, and we're used to seeing family very often, whether it's, just every other day, or the family that lives like a couple hours away every week or so. We're used to being around family a lot. So being across the United States away from family is hard for us, but we've learned that FaceTime is so helpful. Callie will just pick up her little toy phone, and she'll put it up to her ear, and she'll call her Pop Pop. Like, Pop Pop, Pop Pop, what you doing? And she just wants to talk to her family. So FaceTime is so awesome because she can see them and she can talk to them, and it helps her to, just at her age, we got bubbles flying everywhere. She's playing bubbles over there. At her age, it would be easy for her to forget who these people are. So just making sure you're FaceTiming them so she does remember who these people are, and just to keep that connection with your family and your friends. FaceTime is, which, if you don't have an iPhone, you can always do the iMessenger thing on Facebook. There's apps you can download if you don't have an iPhone, just to have the video chat with your family and your friends. And tip number 6 would be to adapt your camper to the toddler. If you saw our tour of our camper, which if you didn't, you should go back and check it out because we did a tour of the camper. And if you did see it, you might notice that it's Callie's space. Everywhere you go, you see Callie's either her toys or her bed or her bathtub or her chair that she eats in. Like, she has her space everywhere she goes, and it kind of makes it hers. So that when we say you want to go home, this is her home. This feels like home to her. It's not just some place that we're just staying. This is her home. So that's why we wanted to make sure that she had her own room. When I say, Callie, go to your room or go play in your room, or she'll be looking for something and I'll say it's in your room, she knows exactly where to go because that is her room. She has her own bed. She loves her bed. When she's ready to go to bed, she'll come to me and she'll say night night, and she'll go try to climb into her bed. She knows that that's her space. Also, a bathtub. That was a big thing for us when we were looking for campers. One of my main things was I've got to have a bathtub in the camper, and the more we looked, the more I realized I probably wasn't going to get that because there's not a lot of travel trailers that do have bathtubs in them. There are some, and we did see some, but the ones that have bathtubs, Jeremy couldn't stand up straight in the shower. So we ended up going with a camper that doesn't have a bathtub. It just has a shower, and I was not so sure what we were going to do with Callie. And what we decided to do was we bought a collapsible laundry basket, and it has worked perfectly. We put it in the bath, we put it in the shower, we fill it up with water, she dumps her toys in it, and she absolutely loves it. When she's ready for bath time, she'll go grab her bath and grab her toys, and she'll let you know that she's ready to take a bath. So it's worked really well. There's several things you do have to adapt to make it fit your needs for your toddler. So these 6 things have definitely been a lifesaver for us as we've transitioned from a house into a small camper. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Also, if you have any tips yourself that have helped you and your family as you've moved into a camper or anything like that, please leave those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that now. We'd love for you to follow us on our journey as we're traveling in our camper.